Hello. Welcome back to TS, the show that tests like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And as we always say, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. Truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And the promise that we are making to all the gendarmes, and we insist it is not a threat or warning. It is just an advice that we're giving out to all of you involved in gendarme. Trust me, we shall suffocate your gendarme with the truth, no matter what. Okay, and the question that I'm sure all of you are asking right about now is, what time is it? And folks, it's nation time. It is nation time. Today, I want to talk about building the nation and how surprisingly partisan politics is killing nation building. Now, listen to what I said. I didn't say party politics. We are in a democracy and we all do party politics. But I'm saying partisan politics is killing this country. And today I'm going to talk about the hypocrisy or the hypocrites in the partisan politics. Stay tuned. But before we start that, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who came to Cactus Creek at Aburi to hang out, man. You know what I call Airbnb, eh? No, mine is called Airbnb. Do you know what that means? Aburi Buffet and Brass Band. and I want to say thank you to all of you who showed up. Take just a quick look at what happened. And here, folks, we have another one coming on Sunday. So if you missed the Airbnb, not next week Sunday, see you next week Sunday. Anyway, today, what I want to talk about this, folks. We are trying to build this nation. And I always say that right now, these issues of MPP, NDC are over. And by the way, let me warn all the politicians that please stand by. There's a time coming when your relevance will be so much reduced that you start thinking that it's the nation that we should put first and not our politics. Please pay attention to this. And I'm going to tell you why I'm talking like this plenty. I'll probably end up giving advice to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But do you know something? Do you know why I say partisan politics is killing this nation? It's full of hypocrisy. And I want to clear this, so I'm not saying it's full of hypocrites, so I'm saying it's full of hypocrisy. You know, this new thing is almost like Galamsey has just started. It's like Ghana has been all well and good, and in the last few days, no, there's Galamsey. I don't know how many times I've done issues on Galamsey, and the reaction has been, if I will, mediocre. You know, but all of a sudden, it's back again in the news. Do you know why? Because politicians are talking about it. And Galamsey has become a political tool in the hands of politicians. It has become a political tool in the hands of politicians. Especially when you're in the opposition. I always say this, that unfortunately, they say that the only politicians you can rely on are politicians in opposition. Why? Because when politicians are in opposition, somehow they say the right things. When they're in opposition, they say the right things. When they get power, everything reverses. Let's go just a few months back to the time that NDC was in opposition. And when there was this this talk about Galamsey and how all our rivers have been messed up, and that there was a need to fight and bring back our environment. I know the NDC in opposition was a key figure in this agenda. And I remember my good friend Ablakwa Okujetu. He went to extents to actually find samples of dirty water. Look at him. So there you see he had samples from River Pra, River Cobra, Desu, whatever. But the idea here, folks, the idea here was that this is the state of our water. It is toxic. It is dangerous. It is killing us. And that was the idea. And he pushed his idea, and I'm not saying he pushed it wrongly, rightly so. He pushed the idea. And I must say that, yeah, for whatever reason, NDC won power, and NDC is in power now. And maybe I missed it. But since NDC has been in power, has anybody seen anybody from an NDC showing samples of water? Trust me, the water is still dirty. It is still muddy. It is still toxic. Still! If no worse. But maybe I missed it. If I missed it, please tell me in the comments. Oh, KSM, yes, the NDC has still been showing these deadly waters, but you missed it. So if I missed it, fine. But in case I didn't miss it, and I really believe I didn't miss it, let me say, I'm not surprised that at least for now, when I'm listening from the camp of the NDC, I don't see this aggression towards this fight to restore our environment. Why? Because of course, NDC in power. And as I was saying, when you're in position, you know how to say the right things. Now, the people who are in opposition are now all of a sudden, what's his name, Miracles Abwaji? Miracles Abwaji has gone to some parts of this region to do a whole show on Galamsey. So there he's standing, talking plenty about how the water is killing people and about how the government should make sure that this problem is fixed. And even if they should bring in boreholes immediately, they should start and bring in boreholes immediately. And I just want to ask Miracles Abwaji, we just came out of 8 years of an NPP rule. And I remember specifically that there were demonstrations during your term, Miracles. There were demonstrations. You clamped down on all those demonstrating, and some were locked up, some were denied bail.
And it's now. End Galamsey now. What we are saying is that
our leaders are very wicked.
And they should end Galamsey now. And it's now.
Poisonous food.
End Galamsey now. And it's now.
They don't give us poisonous food.
And it's now.
End Galamsey. Food do they give you? 3 days kenke. They feed us with 4 days kenke to eat. 3 people 1 sardine. 3 people 1 sardine to share.
3 sardine. 3 people 1 sardine.
3 people 1 sardine.
How many times?
Twice in a day. Twice. Condemn food. Bro, even a deaf person will not eat that food.
You mean
Work again.
it's twice in a day?
Must work again.
Twice in a day.
Ghana.
Condemn
Ghana
food.
is for us.
We never eat their food.
Ghana does
But
not
their
belong
food is
to
poisonous.
anybody.
We
Does
can
not
never
belong
eat their
How is the condition like in the south? How is the condition like in the south?
21 people in 1 room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in 1 room. Some of them go to coma.
Charlie, it's not easy.
How is it like? How is it?
Cell. 2 weeks in cell. It's damn bad. Damn bad.
We are not our robbers. They are
How
not
can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
We had one of the ladies on our show, I think Felicity Nelson was on our show, and she tells us even when they took us to the prison by railway, the prison at railway, how she was kept right by the lavatory that was full of stinking feces.
In the loo, the washroom, so the cell is here, the washroom is here, and there's no door. And that washroom was blocked, as in there's human whatever in there.
Feces.
And, yes, and I heard that it's been there for 4 or 5 months.
Oh my goodness.
It was this.
And they put you in there next
Yes.
to the feces.
Yes.
And her cry was that she was fighting against Galamsey. And the interesting thing is that she had heard when she was in jail that Aisha One had made a comment, talking to her that I am here, Aisha One, I'm here because the government says I'm doing Galamsey, so I'm here. You are also here with me because the government says you are fighting against Galamsey. Take a look at this.
One of the lady who was Aisha Wang met Aisha Huang.
Aisha One,
And Aisha said, I was arrested for doing Galamsey, and you have been arrested for saying people should stop doing Galamsey. Your government is confused.
This looks funny, but this is serious.
Yeah.
Aisha One, who was arrested and put in jail for
yeah.
Galamsey, was saying, hey, but they arrested me for Galamsey. You are fighting against Galamsey. You are here too. They say your government must be confused.
Yeah, of course it is.
Folks, all I'm trying to say is that Galamsey has become a political tool. So yes, I am saying that under the NDC, Blackwire and his display of dirty water, use it as a tool. Say, MPP, for more there's too much Galamsey. It was a tool. And now that they are in power, what's his face? Miracles. Miracles, you also remember locking all these people? Where were you then? Where were you, folks? Yeah, bread. Let's take politics out of our very basic need for survival. Galamsey is killing us. Galamsey is killing us, and until we Ghanaians get to the point where we realize the dangers of what this illegal mining is causing, you and me should understand that we are preparing ourselves for self-destruction. It's killing us. In the meantime, you choose to do politics with it, to make hay with this deadly disease. It is not right. It is not right. So me, for the first step in our march towards the restoration of our environment and our march to kill Galamsey, the first step and the first must is that keep your politics out of it. There are plenty of places to do your politics. Keep it out of this very vital fight. We have come here, we have sat here, we've shown you all the evidence to show that the water is killing our people. We have shown you deformed children. We have shown you children with deformities. 3 fingers, no leg, massive, tragic deformities. We have shown it to you. You are watching some now. So we know. I heard, what's his name, who went to the Miracles, saying, what's his name, Fusu Kwachi has asked for evidence.
But first of all, the assertion that it is worse would have to be backed by empirical proof.
What's your evidence? Honorable Felix Kwacho for evidence in the when you say never in the history of this community, and then so I say in your own region for over 1.5 months, water plant way Ghana water for shutting it down. Until 1.5 months, Felix Kwacho for your own people do not have water to drink. Until you ask for the evidence, this is your evidence. Now get to work and take action, and let's fix this problem once and for all.
Then Felix, please, also you to upgrade yourselves more. You don't need any evidence. I hear that of late, recently, I don't remember, I think somebody has come out with a report, which is supposedly an unbiased report about the effects of Galamsey and how even our contumely that we eat contains toxins. So in other words, contumely can kill you. It used to be the healthiest thing to eat, but now they say contumely can kill you. And this was done, and it came up as a result, as part of research. Let me tell you what amazes me, man. If you are in Ghana here today, and you are waiting for research to know that your water is killing you, then I feel sorry for you. I tell you, man, I have a cousin, much older cousin, and she doesn't live in Accra, you know, one time. And I think sometime last year, she was telling me that even cocoyam, Menkeni, he says cocoyam, he says there's something has happened to cocoyam. He says once you boil it and you leave it, it flakes, and cocoyam never used to do that. This was sometime last year she was telling me, on your science, on your research, she's not a scientist or researcher. She knows by common sense that even the cocoyam that she cooks and eats has changed. The chemistry of the cocoyam has changed. It has become toxic. I don't know of anybody who today, as we speak, would say they will need evidence to show anything. Maybe I didn't hear right, but if you're looking for evidence to show that some waters are toxic, I don't understand it. Galamsey is killing us, folks. And what worries me, you know, one time I told a story. Let me repeat that story. It was like a joke I told. I said this guy got on a bus and his friend was sitting by him. And in the bus, he had crossed, he has put his leg in the walkway inside the bus. He had extended his leg there. And as a passenger was coming towards him, he told his friend, I said in Creed and I explained, he told his friend, Akwana Obano, Obetiame, which means that there's somebody who's coming in their direction, and he was actually predicting that that person is going to step on his foot. Akwana Obano, Messi Obetiame. And the friend was sitting by him saying, but what do you mean by you are predicting that? He said, why don't you take your foot out of the way? He said, no, I just want you to watch something. Messi Akwana Obano Obetiame. And guess what? True to his word, as the person got close to him, he actually stepped on his foot because his foot was in the way. And when he was stepping on his foot, then he started shouting, oh, Tiamio, oh, Tiami, which means the guy is stepping on my foot. The guy is stepping on my foot. He was telling the friend, oh, Tiamio. And then after the guy had passed, you know what he told his friend? Man can't just obey Tiami. Didn't I tell you he was going to step on my foot? Now look at this scenario. Even the way he had positioned his leg, he knew that the passenger would step on his leg because it's in the way. As his leg was being stepped on, he was saying, oh, Tiamio. And when the person moved, man can't just obey Tiami. Didn't I tell you I was going to step on my foot? Now I said this story, it sounds like a joke, but I tell Ghanaians that this is the picture of Ghanaians. You know, sometimes when I tell the story, I ask people, what do you think about the guy who was shouting, Utiami, Utiami? They said he's stupid. He doesn't have sense. He knew his leg was in the way, but he wouldn't remove it. See, he asked for it with Jimmy. That's what they say. Then I said, do you know who I'm talking about? It's us Ghanaians, me and you. It's us. We are doing mining the wrong way. We are destroying our waters. We are cutting our trees. We are doing everything wrong. Knowing, say, Galamsey, Ebekuyeyo. Hey, Galamsey, Ebekuyeyo. This is Galamsey who kill us. It's not the guy with his foot in the way. We know it. Who doesn't know what the dangers of Galamsey are? So we are going to sit down and wait until we start having children with deformities and we start dying, and then we say, I can't say Galamsey Ebekuye. Would hear me. No, folks, you know, sometimes these things makes me sad. How can the people lack intelligence to the level that they know that the things that they are embarked upon is the wrong way? Let's get this straight too. Gold is in our land. If you will, it's a free gift from God. And as human beings, we're supposed to have the intelligence to exploit the gold and develop it and use it to make enough money so we can build hospitals in our neighborhoods, we can build schools, we can do. That is our land. It belongs to us. So we have to do it the right way. No. Gold mining is not a crime. Gold mining is not evil. All that we are saying is that let's mine the gold and mine it well. Let's mine the gold and mine it without destroying the water. Look at the pictures of water. Brown, mud. All we are saying is that let's learn how to do it the right way. And no. So is that so difficult for an intelligent race of people? Say, no, we won't do it the right way, we'll do it the wrong way, that will kill us. Are we stupid or are we mad? I don't understand it, I don't get it. They do community mining everywhere. Before the colonialists came with this gold mining thing, we were mining gold in Ghana. It was called artisanal mining. I've done a show on this before. Right now, it has moved from just artisanal mining, because artisanal mining, they were doing the right way, to doing it in a way that will damage our water, damage our trees, damage our cocoa farms, destroy our water, kill us. And that's the part that we call illegal mining. That's what we are fighting against too. Illegal mining. We can't fight against mining. So folks, this fight for Galamsey, that's what the last time I said, maybe the narrative should be we are not fighting against Galamsey per se, but let us fight to protect our rivers, let us fight to restore our rivers, let us fight to restore our land. But now it's a big thing. Why? Because I'm assuring you, this has now become the new political tool. And trust me, unless we, the people, take it seriously, that don't bring politics into this, it's going to be a complete gendarme agenda. As if all of a sudden Galamsey has just showed up in Ghana. It is not true. It is something that we are dealing with, something that is killing us, but something that we embrace. Akonoba no betiame. Wo otiame yo. The Galamsey no ekuye yo. Galamsey de ekuye yo. And then when we die, then we tell somebody, we say, man can't just say bekuye. When we lose people, man can't just say bekuye. But in the meantime, what? We have embraced it. Folks, today I just wanted to keep this directed. Keep politics out of this thing here. Look, sometimes it pains me that, contrary to what Kwame Nkrumah has said, that as Africans or as Ghanaians, we are going to prove to the world that we are capable of managing our own affairs.
There is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
All we are proving to the world is that we are incapable of managing our own affairs. Why are we not capable of mining gold and mining it right? Why are we not? Because we are Ghanaians? Why are we not? Why do we sit in this country and allow Chinese, the Indians, foreigners to come in and we lead them? There's no Chinese who has ever come to Ghana when they go to Ghana, they knew where they were going. So they just bought their own car, sat in their car and went to the places to mine. No Chinese. All the Chinese we know that we are we have arrested, we are involved in Galamsey and whatnots, have cohorts in Ghanaians. We invite them. We show them where they are. They bring in their equipment and they do the illegal mining to destroy. It got to the point where they go and they'll see a huge cocoa farm, then they'll pay some small money for the cocoa farmer. Ghanaian farmer, if you give him 200,000, you'll give him like his life for eternity. Take my land, destroy it, do your illegal mining. And that is what the Chinese and other people have entrained themselves to stay in Ghana and mine and destroy Ghana. But guess what? With the loving support and help of Ghanaians. They're working with our big people, they're working with our rich people, they're working with the police.
In Yinamwan, for example, that Galamsey is taking place behind the police station. We have reported severally that behind Inyam police station, people are doing stuff there which we have not permitted. So how come that the police is not taking action to us?
They're working with the judiciary. They are entrenched. They're entrenched. And trust me, so long as we keep doing this, not party politics, so long as we keep doing our partisan politics, Galamsey is going to be a very, very important tool in the arsenal of campaigning. Let me just give a little advice to the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. A little advice. Let me start with the story. The story is told of somebody who was giving a speech somewhere, and his backdrop had this huge white sheet. I don't know whether it's a bed sheet or whatever, but it was a huge, beautiful, shining white sheet as his backdrop. And on the white sheet, somewhere along the line, I don't know whether it was abenkwan, palm nut soup or something, some small spillage has covered a portion of the white sheet. So small spillage had covered a portion of the white sheet, you know. So as this man was giving his lecture and everything, and people were looking at him and they all looked like they were paying attention, they weren't. Everybody was thinking, but how did the palm oil stain go on this? So even though they were paying attention and listening to him, all the time their mind was on the stain until there was distraction. Because they were looking at him, he was giving his big speech, they were enjoying it, but there was distraction because there was a stain. In communications, you know, those of you who are in communications, you call that noise. You know, anything that distracts people from what you want them to focus on is called noise in communication. So as much as he was talking and the sheet was nice, a big, nice white sheet, the stain there was a distraction. It was noise. On this note, I'll give John Dramani Mahama a little advice. President Mahama, you inherited junk. What you inherited is nothing to write home about. You inherited a bankrupt country. You inherited a bankrupt currency. You inherited trash. I don't care how anybody puts it. What the NDC inherited was trash. And we all know that. And my advice to the president is this: you have a lot of work to do. And thankfully, in your 8 months, you have started well. The people who will say you haven't started well, they are sworn to be opposed to you, and they are sworn to be opposed to the development of Ghana. So they will say you're not doing nothing. You worked the currency, you worked on it, inflation, you know, GDP, all the indicators are very good for the first 8 months. So I'm looking at you as a person presenting this lecture on what you have done in your 8 months. And I'm saying there are some really good things. However, that stain is behind you. No matter what you do now, people are watching this thing. It has become noise. So let's come back to reality here. Mr. President, Galamsey is the noise. Honestly, it's as if since you've been in power for 80 months or 9 months, Ghanaians should be celebrating you, because what you have been able to accomplish within the 8 months, it's really remarkable. Between you, your Bank of Ghana governor, your Minister of Finance, what you guys have been able to accomplish is really remarkable. But trust me, the palm oil staying in the back, no. Nobody's even talking about it. How many times do we hear people really sitting down talking about the many beautiful things you have done that we hope you will continue? We don't even talk about them. Because Galamsey is the noise. Galamsey is the noise. Me, I'm not the world's most brilliant person to tell you how you can solve Galamsey. That's why nobody voted for me. Because me to be promised will be here. But you are the leader. Please, until you solve this problem, the noise will distract everything you're doing. So the first advice that I want to give to you, please, do what you have to do. Listen, everybody, many people actually, we have to declare state of emergency. Yeah, declare state of emergency. Now, let's, you know. Me, let me tell you something. When J.J. Rawlings took over Ghana in 1979, I was a much younger, dynamic, revolutionary. I remember those days that people were crying, let the blood flow, hey, let the blood flow. And people went to, I think, to Teshi to go and watch people being killed. We were in the revolution. We are changing Ghana. We are going to fight corruption. And that is what the revolution promised. We all are going to get involved to fight the corruption. Workers were walking around singing, we not go sit down and make them cheaters. Hey, David, we not go sit down. That is something that happened in this country. You know why I'm saying this? Sometimes when you hear about the revolution and let's fix the problems, you can get carried away emotionally, not intellectually. I swear to God, if the Rawlings revolution had some tight intellectual affiliation to it and a massive political strategy in the right direction, trust me, Rawlings would have been the hero of all times in this country, because he had enough time to rule uninterrupted for the first time with a coup and anything, and he had that charisma to bring in some kinds of changes and everything. But folks, we were carried away with emotion and thinking that if we shoot 3 former heads of states, corruption will end. So after killing 3 former heads of states and 8 military officers that we lined up and shot, because we were in the revolution, we won't sit down. We are fixing the country. That was the idea. But we let emotions take over and not intellectual direction and thinking and calculation. We let emotions take over. So today, after being the country that was so revolutionary that we killed 8 of our former military officers and 3 of our former heads of states, guess what? Ghana is still as corrupt as ever. Have you solved corruption? If you have solved corruption, like we'll be talking about Ora, that people have come and looted this country like there's no tomorrow, so we should all bring them to book. Could we solve corruption? We witnessed corruption in depths and heights that we have never seen before. All I'm saying is this, folks. It's not the giddy, let's do everything. That brings or solves any problem. It doesn't. What solves the problem? Sit down, think, calculate. Have your plan. Have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. And know that I'm going to launch this thing, and when I launch it, this is my anticipated results. And I can measure my results by certain timelines. Why am I saying this? Because, hey, let's declare a state of emergency. And then what? Do you know what the state of emergency is? The military just get into everywhere. They are in control of everything. It's a state of emergency. You have to sleep by this time, get about this time. We feel that is what we need to go and shoot all those who are doing the mining and fix our country. But no, folks, I'm saying it takes intelligence. It takes strategy. I'm not saying anything that don't do state of emergency, but I'm saying even before that, you should have sat down and planned for a whole month how you're going to execute that state of emergency. And once you have done that, and you have your blueprint, and you have your outline, then go ahead. Why not? Go ahead. For now, in my own small mind there, all I will ask or call for is that there should be some kind of moratorium on mining. Simply, let's find a way to stop all mining, especially the illegal mining. There should be a moratorium on it. There should be a law that all of that is banned. Now, here's what's going to happen. People are going to get upset because people's lives depend on the illegality. So it's going to throw many people, make them hungry, and every negative thing you can come think about, it is going to cause that. But there's something in politics, and I think every serious politician knows it, especially leaders. There's something that we call for the greater good of the country. For the greater good of the country. Which means when there are certain times that you need to do drastic things that will affect many people. Here and there, some negative influences will affect people. But for the greater good of the whole country, we have to do it. So that the suffering will be considered a sacrifice that the people have to make for the greater good. For the greater good. When we sit here and we talk about nation time, nation building, nation time, nation building, we are talking about developing Ghana for the greater good. A Ghana that will benefit the entire country. Not a Ghana that will benefit only the rich people. The Ghana that will benefit only the influential. That's what we have now. And it may mean that when you put a moratorium on mining, yes, many people will be affected. But from that, let me say yes. And so, that's a sacrifice. We are not deciding whether or not some few people should benefit for the rest to die. No. We are saying some people few people will go through some hardships for the greater good of the country. So all I'm saying is the NDC, Mahama, you are in power now. You have done some wonderful things. The lecture is good, but that thing, it's boring you. It's noise. So whether you like it or not, Galamsey is noise. And no matter the good things you do, that noise will cover it. So please, let Ghanaians just feel the urgency it deserves. Let somebody be telling us practically, this is what we are doing, and this is the effect. I've seen Blue Water Guards I was at Takrady a few days ago, and I went to Atlantic, and there are so many people with their t-shirts, blue water guard, you know. Is it working? What are the blue water guards? Do you have a communications department that is following the blue water guards into the areas that they are working, and the remarkable successes that they are chalking? Show it to Ghana. Otherwise, everybody will blow over. They probably go in there. There's not be a surprise to anybody in Ghana to know that even some of the blue water guards are in cahoots with the illegal miners. It is very possible in Ghana. I'm not saying that's what is happening. But please, be visible with your communication and let people know, not just know, but let them see and have evidence that yes, the fight to stop this illegal mining has started in earnest, and illegal mining is going down, not on the rise. Hire a film crew to document these things and let's feel it, because unless we get to the point where we actually, Ghanaians will say, oh Charlie, there's a fight going on to restore our water bodies and everything, then it doesn't exist. And let's take out the politics. Ablakwa proved to Ghanaians that the water that you displayed was not just for a political season, but it's something that we are battling now, and not just battling and making sense. Let's take the politics out, please. Miracles, step aside. Because for information, even the borehole water, the waters that we can get from the boreholes that you are advising the government, even the borehole water, even that evidence is proving that the borehole waters can also be contaminated. So let's take out the politics. Let's take out the politics, man. Galamsey is not an NDC MPP issue. Galamsey is a threat of Ghana water killing us. Take out the politics. Stop the hypocrisy. Go to hell with the hypocrisy. Take it out. The first time Ghana Water came out with this, talk about Ghana will have to be importing water in the near future because our water bodies are small. That was the first time that came out. We were under the MPP. And I'm not saying that to put blame on the MPP, but I'm saying that is why there's no sense now creating the politics. Right now, what we have to focus on is how. And Mr. President, please, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise. And in case you didn't know, let me tell you, the noise has just started. It's going to get worse. Let me advise the NDC, Charlie. Your bet between NDC and NPP, the struggle has started again. NPP are coming up with their list of politicians who is going to lead and win 2028. All that crap about who is going to take over power. Muma, tone it down, man. Let's build this country. Let's deal with Galamsey, this all-important evil. Let's try and solve it. And to the NDC, I have seen some people there already. They also started doing campaign under guys and all that. NDC, winning here. You've inherited such mess. You have come and you have made some initial successes. Instead of concentrating and focusing on the successes and building on it and keep making more and more successes, you are saying about who's going to replace Mahama right now. So you have started your campaign doing some bull crap, keep fit, and bull crap, thank you nonsense. You go ahead if that's what was going to make you happy. But me more, the advice I give to President Mahama is please focus, build, and let's make sure that you can get rid of the noise. and build your legacy. Let me assure NDC people, if you support and allow Mahama to build on the legacy of something he has started well, and you assure him to build a legacy that Ghanaians can see and feel, that is your passport to restoring power, and not any bullcrap campaign thing starting now. The legacy. Mahama, please concentrate and build a legacy. And my advice is this: tomorrow, I think I'll do a special. I just focus on this campaign thing, MPP, NDC campaign thing, all under the guides of how do we build our nation and how do we fit politics in it. So please make sure that you tune in tomorrow on TS, because I'm going to be looking at our, not party politics, but our partisan politics and where it is taking us into, as we're all looking for, 2028. Folks, for now I'm tired, and we'll be back tomorrow. See ya. But remember, Jam, build your legacy. And when you build a legacy that this country can build on, then we have finally begun our road to transformation. And Ghana, in fact, will rise again.